So, thought I'd shoot from the hip and give my WrestleMania 33 review, which earlier in the year I said if this WrestleMania did not deliver overall, that I'd be tapping out of the WWE product. Now, let's begin, shall we? The New Day come out and offered nothing. They offered nothing throughout the whole show. The longest reigning tag team champions of all time weren't good enough for a WrestleMania match. Says it all. Now, I'm going to go through this show with no script, no bullet points, just shooting like the hip, like I said at the start of the video. And, just remembering it was a long show, 5 hours and 11 minutes. I think it's stopped at 11 minutes past 5 from midnight. So I'm just, going to try and remember everything. If I forget anything, leave anything out, forgive me. It was a long show. A lot to remember. So, the first match, AJ Styles versus Shane McMahon, was a solid match. 3 stars out of 5. But it's criminal that AJ Styles was the first match of WrestleMania. He's been the MVP of the company the last year. Ridiculous. Next was Kevin Owens versus Chris Jericho, 2 other MVPs of the company in the second match of the night. Now, I don't think this match lived up to the hype. I thought it was okay. It didn't really blow me away or anything. I could only give it 3 stars out of 5, but I think these 2 guys deserve better than second match of the night. Next, I can't even remember. Oh, it was the women's match. Bayley retained her women's title in a surprising victory in what was a pretty decent match. I thought Sasha Banks was going to turn heel here. Maybe she'll keep that for Raw, which I may or may not be watching. I'll reveal at the end of this video if I've tapped out on the WWE product. But I've seen much better women's matches, but this was okay. I think next was the Tag Team Championship match, which saw the return of the Hardy Boys, and they won the Tag Team titles. Now, that was a nice moment, and I'm not the Hardy Boys' biggest fan, but it was a nice point of the pay-per-view where they returned and they won the titles. Jeff Hardy took a sick bump off the ladder into Cesaro. It looked quite bad landing. That was a highlight of the show, I guess. I think next was Seth Rollins versus Triple H, and that was probably, technically wise, the most sound match of the night. Seth Rollins put in a good show. Triple H done his part. He can pull off good matches, great sometimes. And it was a solid match. 4 stars out of 5 from me. I liked the spot with Stephanie going through the table. That was fun. Trying to remember what was next. I think, it was Bray Wyatt versus Randy Orton. Randy Orton picks up the WWE title in 2017. He offers nothing. He's never been that damn good. To steal a line from Triple H, I couldn't believe he beat Bray Wyatt. I haven't read any of the dirt sheets. I haven't seen anybody else's reaction to WrestleMania 33 yet, but I thought that was definitely a low light of the night. It's not the lowest light of the night. I'll get to that. I think after Orton winning the title, it was John Cena. I think I almost forgot this match. This match, it's been so difficult remaining watching the WWE product while John Cena has been the face of the company. It's been very, very difficult. But I've been hanging on. I've been a fan since Hulkamania was still in his prime, still at his peak rather. In 1991 I started watching. I grew up with the greatest of all time, Stone Cold Steve Austin. And then lately I've been hanging on by a part-time thread. And that part-time thread is Brock Lesnar. He's been the main reason why I've continued to watch the WWE product. I love wrestling, but WWE is, well, I'll reveal at the end of this video whether or not it's killed my, well, it hasn't killed my passion for wrestling, but yeah, it's not looking good for me continuing to watch the WWE product, is it? But I'll reveal my answer at the end of the video if you can't already tell. But I mean, this match was garbage, a very basic match. John Cena picked up the victory over The Miz, who was way more over than John Cena. It was absolutely ridiculous. And John Cena proposed to Nikki Bella. Who cares, you know? Good for him, but he still sucks at wrestling. And that's the bottom line, because I said so. Next, what was next? I think it was the most fun match of the night next, for me personally. It was the reason why I was watching. And I think it delivered. There was two bulls going at it, and one bull was left standing, and that is your new, undisputed, defending Universal Champion until Roman Reigns defeats him at WrestleMania 34, Brock Lesnar. This was, again, it wasn't the most best technical match of the night, but for me, it was the most fun match of the night. It delivered probably more than it should have. It was really fun to watch. It's just sad that matches like this are probably the last sort of fun matches we'll get in the WWE. But yeah, Brock Lesnar, for now, is your new Universal Champion. Next, it was a six-pack SmackDown Women's title match. Again, like I said at the start of the video, if I've missed anything out, forgive me. My memory's a bit hazy. There's a lot to watch and a lot to take in. But I think the six-pack match came after this one. Naomi won, which was, I predicted she would win. I noticed a lot of the champions were coming out first, and then the challengers were coming out later. I don't know what that's all about, but it is what it is. Naomi won in a fairly forgettable women's title match. It was nice to see Mickie James get a match at WrestleMania. She's probably my favorite women's wrestler of all time, so that's nice. And also, before I get to the main event, it was really great to see Kurt Angle come out to his theme again. You know, he was the leading Hall of Famer this year, and he was very well deserved. He's one of the greatest of all time, and it was good to see him come out to his theme again, and the fans chanting "You suck" as respect to one of the greatest of all time. Then we get to quote one of my favorite YouTubers at the moment, Bruce Blitz, boring fuckface comes out, and it sounded like he got mostly booed out of the arena. I think the crowd was muted at points. There was one moron at the front clapping for this guy, and I was watching it with my cousin, and he doesn't like him either. He's younger than me. I don't know what demographic this guy appeals to. He's crap. I've got no problem with The Undertaker going out on his back on his way out final match, but not to this guy. This guy is complete garbage. They're just I don't get it. It was an okay match. The Undertaker carried him to an okay-ish match, but it was just sad to see such a legend having to put over this the guy. And when it was all said and done, I was like, yeah, that's it for me. You know, I said earlier in the year I was close to tapping out on a WWE product, but like I said in the middle of this video, it's been so difficult defending and supporting this company during John Cena's reign as the guy. I can't do it with Roman Reigns, so I'm tapping out. That's me. I'm finished with the WWE product. Love wrestling, but I can't watch the WWE anymore, and I will not be watching WrestleMania 34 or Raw tomorrow night. I already cancelled my series links to Raw and SmackDown before WrestleMania because I knew this guy was going over, and I knew I can't watch WWE anymore. So there we go. After over 25 years, I'm saying fuck it. I'm done with the WWE. Love wrestling, but I can no longer watch with Roman Reigns being the guy.